Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Greetings, citizens from Chico, California, St. Mary's County, Maryland, Ruston, Louisiana, Como, Italy. I just talked to a buddy that actually went there for a wedding. How cool is that?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Rarefied air. Ingolstadt, Germany, and Killarney, Ireland, where at one point, a couple of marriages ago, I walked off the street into a place called O'Mara's Pub and spent the better part of an afternoon with a gentleman whose Gaelic accent was so thick that I was unable successfully to understand what he was saying.
Was your original thought when you saw it was, I don't remember buying this one?
The story goes like this, Rob.
Franchise.
It was back in my younger days, and it was in my beer drinking period.
Ah, yes. Good
where
place
I could
to
put
go.
away a lot of beer, and I noticed this gentleman was drinking hard cider, which was a brand new thing for me at the time. Over there, it was quite common. And I said, well, I'll try one of those.
Oh, boy.
And when he put it in front of me, I said, oh, my God, not the bitter taste of beer.
No.
I can drink many of these. And I literally stood up after being, I can hold my my liquids very, very well. I'm a camel. I just, I can. Even if I have to go. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night and I have to pee, sometimes if I'm super, super tired, I will blow it off, and I'll just say, I'll wait till the morning. That's how I am camel-like. So I sat at that bar stool for at least 2 hours with this guy.
Yeah.
And drank, I believe, 4 pints of cider. And when I stood up, the blood rushed out of my brain, and I became a woozy.
And you say this marriage didn't last?
Well, no, it's one of the memories I have with my ex-wife, Laura, who was with me over there. And we were walking along the street in Killarney, and we see O'Mara's. And she, at that time, knew me well. She's like, go ahead. I'm going to walk around and go shopping. I'm like, and she knew. She was completely aware of my alcoholism at that time, so she sent me in. But
well,
I mean, it was O'Mara's,
I think that's beyond alcoholism. It's your last name. If you see your last name on a pub, or how about this?
Excited.
A drugstore, you see it on a supermarket, you're going in.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're going in.
You know, I'm just lucky there isn't a Spiewak brand vodka. I would be doomed.
No,
you'd be dead.
There
would have been a no rescue.
Thank God your name's not Popov.
It's the same trip.
With
and this is a
2
fun
Ps.
trip. The memory is a fond memory of our trip where we actually found my great, somebody say great. I don't think it's that far. I think it's great grandfather.
You brought me back a lighter from O'Mara's Pub.
From O'Mara's.
And
yes,
I still have it.
That
it's
was
a
the
yellow
swag.
lighter.
You still have that?
Yeah, I think it's in my desk.
Oh, that is so very cool. Yeah, so it was a special moment, and it was just cool to be. I've been talking to people. One guy in particular who's going over there, and I've been pining for.
When will you return?
Going overseas. I just want to go overseas. I really do.
Do you think the wise play would be to wait 7 or 8 years and bring your son?
Maybe less than that. Really. I mean, I think he can handle a lot of stuff. He certainly has the comedy gene.
Well, sure.
As I demonstrated to Oscar immediately before the show, sending Oscar something I believe we would not be able to share on this show without getting in trouble.
It was circa 2001, Don and Mike.
Yeah, but at the same time, generated by a youngster.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. The comedy gene exists. Like he knows he's once he refined. Look, he's not even 15 years old. He's 5 years away from that, essentially,
10,
right?
Just turned 10.
So at 15, he'll be where we're at right now, comedy wise, refined. He might be the next Rife. You know?
Yep.
Where he's just walking, because if his shtick is there, I don't know another 10-year-old is sending their dad or showing their dad this shtick.
And
so it was a clip from the old show?
No, it's a
YouTube. What would be described as a fat joke.
Oh,
that's all
okay.
I'll say.
Okay.
It's a fat joke. And
nothing wrong with that.
And by the way, this is the
well,
moment.
you can't even make fat jokes when you're fat.
That's
I get fat jokes like with people talking to me across
but you've
the room.
also lost a ton of weight. So in
This
fairness
is true.
to you,
Gaining it
you're
back
not as
rapidly,
you're not as fat as
Oscar.
it used to be.
Every day. Gaining
You
it back
can't tell.
yesterday.
We can't tell. We can't tell.
I ate yesterday, Oscar. I ate my emotions yesterday.
Aw.
That's what I did.
Doesn't the medicine stop you from eating?
I don't have that. I'm waiting on they
your
have to
back
pre-order
order?
it.
Oh.
And you got to order it in advance. They said they hope 7 days
This
it'll
is
be
when
here.
the chupacabra comes out.
Yeah. Welcome. No, you see, I'm not going to take that. I'll just say this. Welcome, brother.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah. It's
Yesterday, if I
you need
had
it
it all up,
sometimes. You need it sometimes.
I had made I had one of my staples that I made for my son and me 2 nights ago, which was linguine with clam sauce.
Nice.
Oh, low cal.
And it was left over.
Well, not
and,
a cream sauce, at least.
I ate that. For dessert, I had protein bars.
Oh,
I had a bowl of cereal.
You should never pluralize protein bars.
Rob, you have every right to gain as much as you gain back. But where are we at now? We're at 50 pounds?
Who, me?
Yes.
I weighed in at 40.
Okay, you're 40 pounds.
You're 40 over?
Yeah, 40 from where I was at my thinnest, yeah. But that's still
That's
down.
over half, right?
No, because I am still down.
No, I mean, what was your total weight loss before you gained the weight back?
90-some pounds.
So you're not.
No.
You're not.
No, I'm
Okay.
better off than I was.
You're almost half.
Yeah, and thank you for pointing that out.
Yes.
Optimist there.
Well, no.
Oscar, you'll appreciate
yes.
this. My wife said to me last night, or was it early this morning? Maybe early this morning. She said to me, by the way, when you go off that cold turkey like that, do you think that affects you, your personality?
It does.
I'm like, I said,
Of course.
No, because it does.
You don't need to jump in.
It does for my mom as well. She's told me. She becomes erratic. My mom becomes erratic when she gets off that medicine. She tried to get off of it because she's like, I'm good. Like, I've lost all this weight. She did it for a week, and her emotions were that of the rebel yell before they fixed the rebel yell.
I think what I have to do is
Racer
have to speak
76.
to my,
No,
Yes.
sorry.
I have to be my own advocate in a very harsh way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, can I make a positive comment? Though?
Please.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I talked about. Did I mention a couple of days ago the air conditioning system in here, which is
You said you
really
couldn't
not
get it
working that
to
well.
work. Brand new air conditioning
Yeah,
system.
so-
What are the
And you
rules
were
of engagement?
and you were
Yes.
saying that it was great in the garage, but the house was struggling.
Just for what we have.
Yeah.
Guy comes out. I'm not here. Supposed to be at the house between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. I get home at 10 of 1. The guy's already gone.
What?
And Carla says to me, he said it was a scheduling thing. You had it scheduled. It didn't sound right.
Yeah.
I look at the thermostat. It's bango, 78 degrees, then up to 79.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable when you're in a house. I call the guy. This is the second time I've called the guy.
Right.
And I get a call back in less than 10 minutes.
That's
both
wonderful.
times.
Wonderful.
And this company, even when you are experiencing something where you weren't satisfied with a repair that came out, to get that response immediately.
You feel heard.
Yeah, that's important.
It's the same. And that night, he said, I'm sending in my most experienced guy out. That guy comes out and says, your thermostat is off. I said, what do you mean? It's off by 3 degrees. He said, really? Yeah. So the idea of this thing running all day because it's reading a higher temperature is causing the unit to overwork and not cool sufficiently.
Yeah.
He gets in there. Now, this is after the scheduling comment.
Correct,
And I'm
correct,
thinking
correct.
I'm both. No, it can't be that.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to the guy. The guy takes off, stays a good long time till 6:45 at night.
Yeah.
I know he wants to get home to his family. I'm happy with him. He's a smart kid, good kid, liked him. And then yesterday, he said, "Well, wait till the middle of the day yesterday and see." Bam, problem solved.
Yeah.
Really?
Cool as a cucumber.
Was it a
And
new
then
thermostat, or did he just like readjust it? He calibrated it.
He
Okay.
calibrated it. And then I get a call. I said I would call them yesterday and let them know what's going on, but they didn't give me time. They called me to see what was going
That's
on.
cool.
That's pretty
So
great.
That's customer
Spectrum,
service.
Spectrum Air Conditioning
Yep.
down here in Fort Myers,
Great cable,
Florida.
great AC.
There is your
You see,
plug.
that's my mistake. When I had air conditioning trouble, I called off the Spectrum AC, and they just lacked focus.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
The
See,
thermostat.
that's borderline right there.
Oh, I mean, he's off the spectrum, so he's okay.
He is,
So
absolutely.
the thermostat bit. You recall we actually never covered this. There was an allegation that different companies, and we clarified this on the air or off air. I couldn't remember. that different companies in different buildings will put fake thermostats in problem.
You brought it in a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, problem tenant offices.
So people think they're adjusting their temperature, but they're not doing
nothing's
anything.
happening.
You said the same thing for light crossing signs.
Correct.
When you hit the crosswalk sign.
So these guys came in like 2 days ago into this building, which fine building. God bless you.
Mm-hmm.
We're fine. And they install a thermostat. And I know my wife is a chatty Cathy, and she's been banging the drum about one of the offices being a little warmer.
Mm-hmm.
So I go over to the guys in Spanish. They don't know that I work here, and they thought maybe I was just like bebopping around.
Is it?
And this is after hours. I'm like, I see you put in a thermostat. Does that thing really work? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just know that there's this lady down the hall, Diablo Blanca, and
the white devil.
Yeah.
Yes. Known that my whole life.
And she's been complaining about how her office is a little warmer.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, like that happens a lot. It's just, different times of day. And they're like, does that thing really work? They're like, well, technically it can work, but it's not hooked up.
Wow.
So it was true.
Yes. Wow.
It was true.
Yes.
Like it's hooked up to press it, but it's not hooked up to the system.
Correct. Because you can't just stick in the thermostat into a building system without running, all the cables.
And a lot of wires.
A lot of, because I saw just a little wire sticking out the top when they're putting it in.
Oh my God.
It's a placebo effect.
Placebo, yes.
That is really uncool.
Right?
Though.
Yeah.
But
I don't know
down.
many major buildings I've worked in where there was access to that.
In every office?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's kind of like you go into some hotels where you have the individual units.
Yeah.
And then you've been is it the crappier hotels where they control the whole floor or something?
I believe
like
at
that,
WJFK we had something that was there that didn't work, but it was the engineering staff.
No, we had at WJFK, we had the salesman Earl Merton that stood in the lobby with a fan. And it was one of those fans that's attached to the string, so he's like in the old Ben-Hur movie.
Well,
he's just
in early days,
down.
it was just a big handheld fan, like you get in a funeral parlor. Yeah, just get the air moving.
So are you back in business with your thermostat or what?
Yeah.
Happy as a clam?
All day into the night, did not crack the temperature. Now, when he said it's reading higher, I wanted to be Captain Cynic. I wanted to say, well, you're going to adjust it so it's not going to say 78 anymore. It's going to say 75.
Right, and then you're going to say,
but it's going to be
better.
the same temperature, but it wasn't. He was right. It was running too much because of that, and that's what was taxing the system.
And ultimately,
by
it could
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
It could freeze it if that happens. If
that's
it runs like that.
So I'm happy now.
And you're keeping your house at what temperature?
Right now, 34 degrees, for temporarily.
No bacteria will grow in Michael Mara's house.
Yeah, absolutely. If I want a cold drink, I want to be able to leave it on the table without ice.
If you could, just, what is the ETA for your medicine?
Why?
Because I'm curious.
Why did you go there?
I'm curious what the backup is.
Picking scabs.
I'm curious what the nationwide backup is.
Well, no, it's just they have to order because it's so expensive. They don't put it. They're not a deep pocketed company.
Okay.
I believe.
Got it.
So it's they're like a company that you pay before they print the T-shirts.
But
print on demand.
You know what I'm curious about
is
when Oscar says my mother had issues going off it too.
Yes.
And I'm wondering about the component.
Yeah.
Well,
my mom. This is
the mental component of this, which is to a degree has some validity. I mean, I don't know.
Well, even if it's just you putting on weight, that's going to tax you mentally. That's a stressor.
Yeah, that makes you feel bad.
So
that's true.
The way I understand it is, and for you fatties out there, and a lot of us,
I'm listening.
A lot of us, I say, as we proverbial we, hear about this drug. So I have it firsthand from Mike, and I have it firsthand from my mom. My mom said she wanted to get off of it because, you get to a certain level where you're like, oh, okay, I've learned how to eat. Like, I've trained my body and I've lost all this weight.
That's not the case with me.
Yeah, and she hasn't. Because
I've learned, I know how to eat. It's a question of controlling the impulses.
Correct. So she said that she felt like erratic was her word, where...
manic, maybe?
Yes, manic to the level like things would irritate her quickly.
Yeah.
She wouldn't, she didn't have the patience to like really it was like this backsliding into old eating habits right away in almost a mania way.
Do you feel like she's almost like hangry because she doesn't have that sustenance?
Is a great, it's a hangry hangover for days.
Maybe it is, and it's been weeks in my case.
I can't believe you've been off of it for weeks. This is wild.
I've been off of it for weeks, and I got back and reconnected with them, and then had a visit.
It takes time for it to boot back up.
Yeah,
it takes time for it to boot back up.
Well, I will. Yeah, and I plan on going back.
But as far as mentally, I think your mood on the show has remained consistent at level.
Well,
I mean, even back from when you were on.
Anyway, so
He's
it's
fine.
it's something that
I don't know what happens at home, but you were fine.
It's thank you. It's a work in progress.
Okay,
it's work in progress.
I told my mom, I said, look, you're blessed enough to have insurance to cover this, like maybe the majority of the time. Just plan on being on it for the rest of your life.
I paid my insurance today, my health insurance, and it killed me. Because of how little I get from them. It just absolutely killed me. I'm waiting until the big 6-5 to really change things dramatically. Correct. And I cannot wait. That is for the simple reason of just not having to deal with that kind of denial.
Yeah, but also a high-end gym with the trainer, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Costs roughly $1,200 a month. It's in the city.
Yeah.
And it's effort, and it sucks, and it's terrible if you can't do it.
Right.
I've been I think it messes with your head in a variety of ways, and I will, that's why I'm going back to it. So I'm just going to see what happens with that.
There's a new study that says it curtails your drinking.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely. First of all, that's the one I would tell you where it has curtailed it to a degree, and things have maintained after the.
How does it make you feel towards alcohol? I'm curious about this.
It's not that. It's a physical feeling, and then you just don't. There are a lot of factors with that, but I don't.
I think it's intake.
That's not as big.
That's what I read.
It makes sense. I mean, if you have a few beers, it fills you up.
You get the full feeling. You get nauseous from food.
I have one night every couple of weeks where I'll indulge more than I normally do.
It doesn't play badly with alcohol. Like you're okay to drink with
it does.
Right?
If you're on this stuff, it'll make you feel sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
If it's a sweet, sugary drink, forget it.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do that.
Sometimes you can feel sick without taking the drug.
Yesterday was Dan O'Brien's birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, Dan O'Brien. Is he around?
I missed it.
Yes. Belated.
Yeah. Dan, come here.
Dan O'Brien.
Mac, go get your arch enemy.
I don't think they're arch enemies yet.
Dan wanted to be in here, and then
of course
he got too much responsibilities outside of it, so we got Mac.
Well, I don't know that it's a brewing enemy.
Well, Mac waited till he came back from vacation to be late to work.
Yeah. Did you see that litany of texts?
Yes.
I slept in.
I saw that.
I said, I wrote back. I wrote back probably. He said, "What are you, 12?" What is going on?
I get it.
So
I understand.
So we had the cupcakes yesterday, and on my end, I can demolish 3 easy, no problem.
And
right?
it doesn't hurt that they are sensational cupcakes.
They're just great cupcakes.
Yeah. They're gorgeous.
They're gorgeous.
These are these cupcakes. They're gorgeous.
A cupcake for my mom destroys her. She can't even finish it now on this medicine.
Okay.
Wow.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yesterday I will tell you fully have I departed from my medical situation here because I tore into that linguine like you would not believe.
Okay.
Like if there had been a bucket of it, I would have finished it.
Fat guy to fat guy.
Yes.
When you tore into the linguine, did you heat it up or did you just go straight from the fridge?
I heated it up.
Okay, well that's better.
You're classy. You're classy that way.
Because there are times like if you're fixing something else and you see the linguine, you eat it cold while you're preparing the food.
Since we're doing fat guy to fat guy, have you always thought of pasta in terms of quantity? I have.
How do you mean?
Like spaghetti. I always want enough of it.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh no, because but what about the meat on the inside? Does the meat fill you?
It was. You read stuff about how they serve pasta over in Europe, and you'll see this pasta with just olive oil and a little garlic and a little Parmesan cheese, Reggiano, whatever, and they'll have this little nest.
Yeah, beautiful.
And they serve it and they talk about it. That's why Europeans are thinner than we are.
Mm-hmm.
I think of pasta as it was lovely at the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
All the breadsticks you can eat.
Yeah.
Why do you think they say that?
That's
Because we
so
are
much
conditioned
work.
in this country,
Yeah.
all the breadsticks and the unlimited pasta bowl.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's the unlimited pasta bowl?
Yeah.
Because you are pouring, essentially, plaster of Paris into your stomach.
Well, after all those breadsticks and the pasta, they should
Right.
also offer the unlimited
That's
bedtime
Yeah.
because you've just
They should
carved
give
up.
you. They
Yeah.
should give you like a thing of Metamucil on your way out the door, because you will be so completely bound up by that it'll be ridiculous. So I have to ask this question: is Dan O'Brien not coming in?
No, he's in.
he's
He's
here.
in.
He's in.
I've been
Dan-
here the whole
Dan-
time.
Dan, happy belated birthday.
Thank you, Mike. How are you?
I'm wonderful. And would you like to share with the listening audience just how old you are, Dan?
I am 72 years old, and I've never been more alive in my life.
72. Did your mama get you anything special for your birthday?
No, but her and I had a nice little conversation yesterday after
Yeah.
work, and it was just splendid talking to my mother.
Okay, and she's up in Jersey, isn't she?
That's right, northern New Jersey.
Isn't it kind of out in the hinterlands? I understand you're not near any big cities in northern New
I
Jersey.
can't do with three of us.
Yeah.
I can't deal
How
with
about
three of
you
us.
let
That's
them be
piling
funny
on.
for 2 seconds?
All right, Dan. All right,
Yes,
back
Mike.
to normal voice. You still with your
Oh, dang it.
girlfriend?
No.
Remember, they broke up. He broke up with her
Oh,
on a
they
bench.
broke up. Last time you were on the show,
he,
they
he
broke
pulled
up.
a Forrest Gump.
Did
Yeah.
you go out for your birthday?
No. I did some recreational like kickball because I'm a part of a
you
few.
did some recreational narcotics.
Yes, it's me,
That's
noted narcotics addict Dan O'Brien.
So you went to? Do you have? So you have a team that you play kickball?
Yeah. I went out and played kickball after work yesterday, and just had a good time. And
Are there
I'll
ladies that are involved with the kickball?
Yeah, there are a few ladies, and yeah.
Are there children?
No.
Hey, Mac. I know, you two have an interesting relationship, but this would be about the time. By the way, are we getting I have to ask you
Yes.
guys. Are we getting a shot of Dan O'Brien now? Or
No.
is he
They're
not on
in the
video?
dark together holding hands.
In that case, Mac, is there any
Yes.
way you could get a picture of Dan O'Brien up on the screen? Which would
on
be
the screen. I can figure that out. Yeah.
okay.
On the screen? No, not on the screen.
No, let's not be mean to him. He's new.
So Dan,
Yes, Mike.
kickball.
not that new.
If you could describe what the average kickball session is like, what kind of team? How is the team composed?
So the team is composed of most teams in the league are 10 people, 6 guys, 4 girls.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's really no reason I would ever play kickball at your age unless it was
You're
a
making
co-ed team.
friends.
Do you use
Yeah,
the classic red playground kickball ball?
Good question.
Exactly. Yeah, we use the classic, not like one of the soft newer balls.
How do you rate the sexual energy on your team?
Oh God.
Why you have to slow roll it into that?
Yeah.
You know,
You
Dan's
have
a
to
gentleman.
tease it, you know? I'm not that type of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is it a socially robust environment?
Yeah. It's literally like I know one person from the team that I'm playing with because I played with them on another team from a while ago. Everybody else is new, so it's basically just an excuse to socialize and
Does
some
anybody
people-
bring a cooler to the games?
Oh yeah, and those coolers may have a few alcoholic drinks in
Yes.
them for
That's
some
so
people.
much
Yeah,
fun.
we're back,
I mean,
baby.
Did you meet
It's
most
the
of your team members? I know that they're new. You met most of them at the insurrection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
January 6th.
Yeah, they're called the Sixers.
The one Sixers. The one Sixers are playing this week. Well, that's exciting. I can only say it one way. So you're happy. Are you happy with the wink, wink makeup of the team, Dan?
Yeah.
And be honest with me, because
Okay.
nobody's gonna care
Yeah,
what
so-
you say here.
So there's 2 teams that I played with. The
That's
first.
exactly, Mac. I have to say that is exactly what I was looking for.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, it took me a while, but I got it.
Look at that guy.
Story of your life.
There he is. So back to the
Great
So
video,
back to
Dan. Great video.
back to the
you.
makeup of the team.
Yes.
So the one team I play with, I'm not really interested in. No. Mike, it's good to see you again.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I love that picture so much.
That's me. Hey, everybody, it's back to Dan O'Brien.
Do you have a number one seed on
dear.
your team, both male and female?
Not really. No, I haven't played with them that long to know that much, to be honest.
I would imagine if it's kickball, I mean, it's a physical activity. There has to be some level of fitness there, right?
You'd imagine that, but it is also recreational kickball, and there are a few people that might not be as athletic. I'll put it at that.
What's the top age of your team, roughly? Give us a ballpark.
Top age, like highest age on the team?
Yeah.
Probably mid-50s.
Good for him.
Oh.
Or her.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
Okay.
sometimes they need to move around, and
The elderly.
50s.
Yeah.
How dare you? We're
Easy
not
to
old.
throw them out, though.
Yeah, but
No,
you're
but
not. You're in your
mid-50s.
50s.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you can play
but
kickball.
I could
But I
never
don't
play
think-
kickball.
Is this a single person that's playing?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't spoken with them that much.
Yeah,
but,
I wouldn't.
Look for a wedding band.
Mike, what? Wait.
I just-
two,
I
two
don't know, I'm
seconds.
just-
2 seconds.
Yeah.
We're being ageist here.
Are we?
I'm
How?
fine
This is
with
a-
that.
this is a
I'm cool with that. I'm not
metropolitan-
going to run out and
This
play
is a
kickball.
metropolitan area. If
Yeah, I
somebody
know.
wants to do something,
I
it's
know.
hard
like
to
my
make
sister and
friends.
My brother-in-law, Oscar, it's running as fast as your little legs, and I mean little legs, can carry you away from the angel of death. I get it. I understand the people that move into the city. I understand how
Yes.
that rolls. I was in the city.
Yeah.
When I was in Boston, it is
You're city kitty.
it's vampirical
Yes.
Wow, great word.
yeah.
Yeah.
because you feel like, look at this youthful
Yeah. Let's get
energy.
moving.
I'm gonna go down and get out of my coffin and go down and play
55 is
kickball.
still thriving.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It
Well, I
is,
certainly
right?
am still thriving.
There you go.
Sure. Well,
What's the youngest age?
Youngest age is probably mid-20s, probably like 23, 24,
There you go.
something like that.
Now, where do you play? Is it the
A
same?
field. It's a field.
I understand. You tweaked up your a-hole factor
I'm
today.
so
Oscar.
sorry. I just want to let you know where you play these things.
Okay, but I'm curious. Is it the same field every time? Do
It's
you
a little,
rotate?
it's a little less today.
You think?
Than yesterday.
I was
play on the
absent
mall.
yesterday.
Do you play on
so-
the mall where the monuments are?
No, so we play. This league plays out in Reston. So there's a field out in Reston that we play every week.
The tech corridor.
Are you a Northern Virginian, Dan? Is that where you live?
Yeah. I live in Fairfax City, so basically just center of Fairfax County.
Dan O'Brien.
That's
I'd feel
right.
trapped if I lived there. If I was young, if I was your age and single, I would feel kind of
What?
trapped.
You worked there forever.
No, I'd feel trapped if I was a single. If I was a single, Oscar, and you and I can relate to this. I've been
Yes.
single. You've been single. I would move down. I came this close.
Yeah, but nobody
this
lives down
close
here.
to Arlington, Virginia.
Nobody lives.
Arlington.
Right now, since the pandemic.
Nobody lives in the city.
No, everybody lives where he is.
Yeah.
Boston.
in the
you know,
burbs.
you were just in Boston.
Boston is a
Man.
different animal. It's
Boston
got
is something
40
else. Boston is something
full-time universities downtown. It's full of
unbelievable.
people, right?
It's really something to behold.
They're
it is.
building
If you-
buildings there. And I said, oh, you're not tearing them down like in D.C.?
That's
If
true.
you're an old married man, fart,
Yeah.
take a trip up to Boston and just lie about it.
Yeah.
Say, I like to see the history. Like to see Cheers. Like to go up and see the duck boats and stuff. Just plan a summer trip and plan it in mid to late August. Okay, there's a tip for you. That's move-in time.
There's that's you're probably right. Everyone's living in the burbs right now, Dan, and it's easy for them to get the kickball. You're probably one of the only working men coming into the city from your crew, right?
We have a few people that live in Arlington.
Okay.
I think there might be one person that lives out in like Leesburg, maybe even a little bit west of that. But
Yeah.
To be honest,
What
most
a
of the people-
loser.
I'm sorry.
Does he take
Yeah,
the
I love
purple
you,
line
Rob. I
in?
love
What does he do?
I don't know. I don't know.
So did
his
you
travel
inform your
arrangements.
fellow kickballers that it was your birthday?
No. To be honest, I didn't really want to make a
Oh.
big fuss about it. You
We
know?
sang happy
you-
birthday to you
You
here.
mean you got there and took your tiara off?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that means you're cool that way.
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
doesn't
I
need-
don't think
he
the
doesn't
three
need the
principals
attention.
on this show would do that.
No, I don't tell anybody. You guys forgot my birthday last year, and I didn't say anything.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did say something nice.
That's right. I
That was
always
sweet.
do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nothing on
Did I-
there though.
Did I forget it?
You all forgot.
Oftentimes, yes.
Yeah. But I don't make it a big deal. 'cause
But
it's
also,
not
to
a
be
big deal.
fair, it's at the very beginning of birthday season, and we're not really geared up.
Well, I know both of you are in March.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
correct. March
birthday
30th.
kicks off birthday
Yes.
season, which is a wonderful
And then
thing.
his is the second March. And
yeah,
you
it's
know.
the 30th. Yeah, so a few weeks later.
As an adult, it's fun to celebrate your birthday. The big birthdays are important,
Yeah, absolutely.
but the ones in the middle, not so much.
Yeah.
I need my wife to remind me of things like that. I really do. I need her to
you
do
can set a
better.
reminder in your phone.
Just ask Siri to remind you next year.
Yeah.
Siri, remind me of Oscar's birthday next year.
On March 30th.
On March 30th.
Of every year.
Of every year.
From now on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Really? I didn't know you felt that way. Really? How long have you known that?
Oh, God.
That is too... well, okay. I'm game.
When's Mac's birthday?
March
Okay.
1st.
Oh.
Oh, his is the beginning of birthday season
now. You're officially in the
I'm
mix.
the first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what she just said to me?
Yes.
What?
Mike is very, very, very attractive.
I doubt that a lot.
All right.
Dan, are
happy-
you on Hinge? You're on Tinder before you let you go? Anything crazy?
I'm on Hinge. I'm on Tinder. I'm on Bumble. Yeah, I'm putting myself out there.
Good,
you know.
good man. Good man.
And
Have you
Dan,
had
I'm
any,
sorry.
Have you had any dates?
Yeah, I've had a few.
Okay.
Coming
Yeah.
off a few good dates the past few weeks, and
Good.
I'll
Good.
probably have some a good few dates over the next few weeks. I'm feeling really
for
good.
you. Good
Yeah,
for
you. Know,
And
get out there.
And please give our very best to Debbie Corrado O'Brien. Your
Hi,
mom.
Debbie.
I will. And before I go, I just want to say thanks again to Noom, because of Noom, my mom has lost almost 100 pounds at this point. So special shout out to
great.
Noom.
That's awesome.
What a natural endorsement.
Hey, let me ask you this, Dan.
Love it.
One
Yes,
last
Mike.
question. When you're on these dates, who gets it done for you? The Corano side or the O'Brien side?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Who gets
Yeah,
it done
I
for you?
don't
I'm a little
I'm
understand
confused.
saying that obviously Corano being a maiden name, and would I be right? Would I be right about that?
Yeah.
Okay, and O'Brien being your father's name, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
okay.
So he's an
I'm asking
Italian
you,
and
when you're
Irish,
out
yeah.
there on your, you don't need Rob. I can handle explaining it to him.
Yeah, well,
okay?
I'm helping
I can
him.
handle. I
I'm
can
trying to
handle
help him.
explaining it to him. Well, I'll help him through this.
Okay.
So who's who's more of the Casanova? Is it the Corano side or the O'Brien side?
Oh, that probably the Italian. I got to go with the Corano on that.
Yeah.
Good answer. Yeah, I thought so.
I think I got the charming part from my mom, and just
Right.
easygoing, outgoing, and just
Yeah.
easy to talk to. I think I got that from my mom.
Do
I
you
get
ever
that.
say the lady will have the linguine?
With white clam sauce and a Coke with no ice. And wherever you are, Dan, remember, it's the place to be. Isn't this great? All right, get out of here. We
Thank
have
you,
to take
Dan,
a break.
so much.
We have to take a break. There goes Dan O'Brien right there.
Happy birthday,
I still
buddy.
laugh at that. Isn't this great? Oh, Timon. All right, we got the homepage coming up. Later in the show, I'd like to tell you about a full-blown binge that I did 2 nights ago.
Cocaine?
It rocked. Yes. All Coke all the time. Nee. This portion of the podcast is brought to you by Groove Life. It's sponsored by Groove Life. We love Groove Life.
Yeah.
It's 2023. Are you still using the same wallet from 2003? You have to update your wallet. The Groove Wallet is a sleek, low-profile aluminum wallet engineered for everyday use. One thumb motion perfectly fans out up to 6 cards. Let me get mine out. Hold on a second. All right, I'm reaching in there right now.
Everybody
All right, there
dig
it
in
is.
your pockets.
There's mine. That's how small it is.
It's
right
tiny.
there.
Yes.
All right. Easy access. It comes with Groove Life's 94-year. You heard me correctly. 94-year no BS warranty. Plus, they just launched a new attachment, the Groove Wallet Go. It's called the Groove Wallet Go, a perfect low-profile companion to your Groove Wallet for your iPhone 12, 13, or
Mike,
14.
looky here. It is
There
so
it is.
easy to install. The thing is, it's not like a sticker.
No,
It's
fantastic.
a magnet. It comes on and off easily if you want it to, but it stays put. And look, now I've got my phone, driver's license right there
Take it
all the
off.
time. Yeah, watch. Boop, boop, like that.
Done.
And actually, it
And
sticks.
actually, it's perfect.
It sticks through your cover.
Yeah, it's
so
really
if you
cool.
don't want to have an uncovered
Yep.
phone,
Boom.
look, boom, there
Done
it is.
and done.
I adore it.
My favorite part of my regular
Yes.
Groove Wallet is when I walk up to, I really do. I
Yeah.
swear to God, there's nothing better than going into a store and just feeling like James Bond and going, of course I'll pay. And just flipping my cards up like that. I really enjoy that. Anyway, the new one for the iPhone uses innovative microsuction technology to give you the ability to add another 3 cards plus cash.
Love it.
This wallet is so slim, you can easily fit it in your front pocket. You'll barely know it's there. And don't forget, Groove Life makes the best belts in the world. I ordered 3 of them yesterday.
Wow.
The stone-colored one, the brown colored with the bronze buckle.
Pretty.
And I think it's called Graphite, the other buckle, the black one that I ordered.
Yep.
It's time to bring your wallet into the 21st century. Head to groovelife.com/TMOS for 20% off all Groove Life products. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use our link, groovelife.com/TMOS, for 20% off your order. So make sure you can find that right on our website. One
Beautiful.
last time, that's promo code TMOS for 20% off your order. Just click the button on our website, and you'll find out why we love it.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, ladies and gentlemen, and we start today with a story about LeBron James' son, Bronny. Bronny was actually rushed to the hospital after suffering cardiac arrest during practice at USC on Monday. A spokesman for the family says he is now in stable condition. Hearing anything, especially a high-end athlete like this that's experiencing this,
Yeah.
freaks me out with my kid getting ready to play football in, the hot weather we have down here. Bronny, whose real name is LeBron James Jr., is only 18 years old. Sources say it was a pretty serious situation, and LeBron was unconscious when an ambulance took him. I should say Bronny, not LeBron James.
Right.
But, I mean, he's LeBron, but he's LeBron Jr. When the ambulance took him to the hospital, he wasn't with us. He was very, very out. Bronny was just at an ESPY Awards with his family a few weeks ago. He was a 4-star recruit when he committed to the Trojans at USC. He's probably a lock for the NBA. LeBron Sr. has even expressed his desire to remain in the league long enough to play alongside of him. Bronny's good friend Shaq, Sharif O'Neal, son of Shaq, had surgery back in 2018 to fix a heart problem of his own. Sharif is 23, and I don't know whether you can start comparing all these large men in the NBA and whether their progeny has ticker issues, but that's why they mentioned that. And Bronny, as he's named, we wish him the absolute best of luck.
It is scary,
with
though.
that.
It's just frightening.
Well, it's scary also anytime you get kids. And, my son's getting a physical today to get ready just to play Pop Warner football.
Mm-hmm.
So, they check him out fully.
It's your heart, right?
He can't get on the field without that. So I'm happy about that. Let's talk about dogs for a second, or as my New York friends like to say, dogs.
Dogs.
President Biden's German Shepherd Commander is a bit of a problem, with the emphasis on bit.
Oh, no.
According to internal Secret Service documents, he has bitten 7 people in a 4-month span.
Oh, no.
Good boy.
All I can say is, wow, if you're in the real world, that doesn't bode well for your pet.
Bad.
This came after Biden's first dog, Major, was booted from the White House over aggressive behavior. One Secret Service officer had to be treated at a local hospital after Commander bit him on the arm and thigh. A few weeks later, the dog broke the skin of a different officer's hand and arm.
God.
Jeez. One agent claimed he had to protect himself with a chair to avoid being bitten.
God.
Come on.
Commander is about 2 years old, and these reports don't even cover his entire time in D.C., so there could be more incidents that haven't come to light. A representative for the First Lady, Jill Biden, blamed Commander's behavior on, quote, a unique and often stressful environment for family pets at the White House. No, sorry.
I never saw that Portuguese water dog do anything like this.
That's so
true.
true.
We got a pod dog.
Yeah.
Oscar brings his dog in every day. That's a stressful environment.
We tranquilize them every morning.
That's right. Just like we do to
I didn't
Dan.
know that part. I was unaware of that part.
Yes.
She added the family is, quote, working through ways to make this situation better for everyone.
Now take this little snickerdoodle.
Yes.
And then you shove a trazodone in it. And
is
then,
it called he knows what the tranquilizer is. Wow, trazodone.
To clarify, we never do that. He was raised in an environment like a studio.
Yeah, he knows the environment.
Yeah, so he just knows it's quiet time all the time.
But with Dan, we have to hide it in peanut butter, and he loves it.
So they got rid of, at the White House, they got rid of the trazodone that was in the White House, and they sent it down to Mitch McConnell's office. Sorry, too soon. Too soon. I'm sorry. Too too soon.
The guy had a stroke on the air.
That could be me. Did they confirm that yet? Was
No,
that
I mean, what
confirmed
else
yet?
was it? Was
no,
it-
nobody's talking
No.
about it. It's
Somebody
just him
hit,
going,
hit the
Stay
pause
tuned.
button.
I was going to have it in the audio vault. Do you want to hear that grand moment?
I do in your audio box.
Okay,
Save
well,
it
hold
for
it.
your audio
Okay,
vault.
very good.
His hard drive skipped.
This doesn't appear to be illegal technically, but is it moral? You'll have to be the judge. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard, that cute little couple, they let their daughters drink non-alcoholic beer. Their daughters are 8 and 9. Kristen says, quote, Dax is a recovering addict, but he likes non-alcoholic beer, so he'd pop one open. He'd have our oldest daughter on his chest, and we'd walk out and look at the sunset. As a baby, she was pawing at it, and sometimes she'd suck on the rim of it. So I think it feels to her like something special, something daddy, something family. They've even been at restaurants, and their kids ask the waitresses for non-alcoholic beer. It's weird. I don't know if
But
it's
what about
immoral.
Shirley Temples?
Yeah. Oh, God, did I? Or Roy Rogers.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
you're a
Roy
kid.
Rogers Cherry
Yeah.
Coke, but that's
God.
the way it is. When I was first started being in recovery, and Jimmy was kind enough when we went out to his place. He said,
Yes.
"Would you like a non-alcoholic beer?" I said, "No," because you're really, really trying to substitute something for something you shouldn't have.
Well, no,
Just
that
like-
if you'd gone to any kind of treatment, you would have known that. But I mean, actually, there are people that really do okay with that. It's the feeling of being
Yeah.
a participant.
I
really.
suppose.
Did you
but-
ask for a cup of sauce instead to inhale?
Just a little bolognese
No,
on the side. You can drink.
that's right. That's exactly what I did, Oscar.
No, but I mean, it's different strokes. I
Yeah,
don't tell you how you get it.
You're
What do
right.
you have? Like, what do you have as a substitute?
What do I have as a subject?
Oh, just water?
I have water. I will sometimes, if I'm feeling like I really want something, I
Yeah.
will have sparkling water with a lime in it.
That's great. Yeah.
But
That
I
was
just
mine when I've been on the wagon. That's what I
Yeah.
do: sparkling water with a lime,
yeah. Or as he said, mustard.
mustard, a big glass
A
of mustard.
glass of French's mustard.
By the way, in my day, there was a restaurant in New Haven. We were going down to visit my father's spinster aunts
Yes.
after Mass. And
Fun.
we'd go to George and Harry's. I still remember the restaurant, and that's where I would get a Roy Rogers or a Shirley Temple, while my parents would just swill in anticipation of going to see the aunts.
Yeah.
Hi, Aunt Lyle. Good to see you again.
And didn't they make their fortune on bitters, the spinster aunts?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the details of how the family made their money, but it was interesting that there is a recipe that I have for Red Jacket bitters, and that was the name of it that apparently
You
made
have
the family
like
a fortune.
literally a recipe for it?
Yeah.
Could you send me a photo of it? I'd be dying to read it. I wouldn't
It's
do
tough
anything
to
with
read,
it.
Rob. It's tough to read when you're standing in front of it. I'll look at it. It's up in Maine.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Because I have a
interesting.
red jacket, so I could
Thank you.
probably make them.
A new study identified 8 habits that can add over 2 decades to your life if you adopt them all by age 40. So unfortunately,
I'm out.
if we haven't done this, we're all out. 24 years for men and 21 years for women. That's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Here they are. The 8 things you need to do. 1, exercise. 2, don't get hooked on opioids or pain pills. 3,
Yeah,
don't
Oscar.
smoke.
What?
4, manage your stress. 5, eat a mostly plant-based diet. 6, avoid binge drinking. 7, get enough sleep. And 8, have friends and maintain good social relationships. There are many, many holes on that list for me
Yeah.
that I do not qualify.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
you've got a great family. You got that going for you.
I
Yeah.
do. I have that
Yeah.
going for me, and I'm
Yeah.
not addicted to oxycodone
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Which is very good.
Is salami considered plant-based?
Is what?
Salami.
As long as
Thank
it's
you.
imported.
Okay, I think we'll be fine.
According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, there are tarmac delay rules. I mentioned this
Yeah.
earlier about your rights that U.S. airlines must follow. Carriers are not allowed to hold a domestic flight on the tarmac for more than 3 hours. You should be aware of this, and if you're a frequent flyer, you might want to write it down. 3 hours for an international flight. For an international flight, it's for more than 4 hours. Imagine you going over like Frankfurt,
Correct.
Germany.
I've done
They
it.
Hold you for 4 hours.
I've done
God
it. I've been on the tarmac
almighty.
for over 4 hours.
Idris Elba is on a new show on Apple Plus, Apple
binging
TV
it.
Plus.
Not
Yes,
been
yes,
yet, but
yeah.
I watched it. Oh my
Thank
God!
you.
Did you watch the most recent one?
Yes,
Did you
great-
see that ending?
Great show.
Oh
Did
my
not expect that.
The ending from the last episode
Yes.
is like, whoa,
Yeah.
WTF,
Don't-
capital W, capital T, capital F.
It's. I don't know how you can remake a hijack show because we've seen so many of them.
Then
Like,
it's, you know what? Let's save that
Yes.
for after this news.
Yes.
I want to talk to you about that show. and I'll cover my other binge thing too, because I want to talk to you, because I'm so glad you like that. I think that show is brilliant with a capital B, because I had no expectation of a series being able to pull it off.
I have questions about it.
Yes.
I do, because Robert loves it too.
So 4
perfect.
hours, after a tarmac delay of 2 hours, you must be provided with food, water, operational lavatories, and medical care if it is needed. After a tarmac delay of 3 hours in the U.S. or 4 hours outside the U.S., passengers must be given, this is the biggie, the option to deplane. So if you've been waiting after a tarmac delay of 3 hours in the United States, you must be given the option to deplane. Now, I don't know, whether this is on the legal books, but I think it's a Bill of Rights for passengers. If a passenger does choose to leave the plane, the airline is not obligated to let the passenger back on board. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
This means a passenger who chooses to deplane can get separated from their luggage. Well, that's the way it is. But that's the biggie. So
The
if you wanted to be
FAA
aware
refers to that last part as the Hervé Villechaize rule.
Deplane. Deplane. And now a little something. Have you ever heard of a penis fracture? You're on. If you listen to this show, you have. I've told the story on the bonus show.
Yes.
Of you or someone else?
Not
One of your
me. I never
lovers?
had it happen to me, but
Okay.
I've told the story about. I think I've told you the story.
I think so.
I have.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
About the coworker I had down on the. down on the
I'm
Eastern
sorry.
Shore.
Yes.
Well, apparently 50% of these fractures are due to one sex position. Not sure if we can say it on the air, but I don't think it's going to be any big deal. It involves a cowboy
Yes.
Yeah.
and facing in the wrong direction. All right?
Yes.
Some might call it reverse.
I understand.
There. I said it. Dr. Karen Rajan, a NHS.
Can I explain what that is to Mac?
Yeah, you can. Mac,
Yeah.
do you know what it is, what we're talking
Yes,
about?
I know what it is. Yes.
Okay, very good. He
pervert.
watches.
Gross.
Dr. Rajan is an NHS surgeon, and you're most likely to hear that dreaded pop while in that particular position.
You know, I hate the notion that whenever you hear these stories, they always mention a pop.
A pop.
A pop. Ugh.
She says this is the most dangerous position according to science, and it's the cause of 50% of penile fractures. If partners get out of sync, I'm sorry. If partners get out of sync, thanks to erratic thrusting, the unit can slip out and get crushed by the pubic bone. And for those of you that are listening to this right now and will be thinking about this all day, Mike O'Mara is saying, "You're welcome." Thank you. Yes, sir. Because I wrote it yesterday, and I've been thinking about it for 2 days.
Yeah.
Anywho, we'll take a break. Come back and talk about wonderful television. Yeah, I've been lingering on that particular thought. A little painful. Parents, it's no secret that you have people who rely on you. Do you have life insurance so they're protected? With Fabric by Gerber Life, you can provide them with the financial security they deserve. Customize a quote and secure up to $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day, and do it in just 10 minutes. It's all online and your schedule. Enjoy peace of mind with a 30-day money-back guarantee and flexible cancellation options. Act now and secure your family's future with Fabric by Gerber Life. Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high-quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutes. You could go from start to covered in less than 10 minutes. No health exam required. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/TMOS. That's meetfabric.com/TMOS, MEET, fabric.com/TMOS. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Insurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Okay, on with the show. Before I tell you about my big binge, Oscar brought it up, so I wanted to talk about it while it's fresh. The television show that I believe on Apple TV
Plus.
Apple Plus.
Apple Plus,
Apple Plus.
which is called Hijack.
Idris
love
Elba.
Idris Elba. Really love Idris Elba a lot. Saw this and said to myself, "There's no way that you can make a Hijack TV show with that many episodes. It's got to be a movie because what's the storyline?
Yeah.
Hijack the airliner." get the airliner, the situation's resolved. No.
How many episodes are you in now?
7.
4? 7?
7's the latest.
The other
episode.
one.
Okay, so it's probably an
is-
8 episode run.
It's getting heated.
Wow. Okay.
It is so beautifully paced, and you couldn't do it without that kind of pacing.
Mhm.
It's so well paced
Well, it's-
that I'm just I admire.
It's
you know what I was saying?
crimes within crimes within crimes.
Yeah, and it's all over the place, but it's not in a bad way.
No.
And Oscar, I was saying that even, and I'm not going to give a spoiler
Yeah.
away, when they use drone footage, they have sweated every detail to the extent as they give the glitches on the
flickers,
drone
yeah,
footage,
for the connection.
flickers,
Yes.
which is and there's shots of the plane in the
Yeah.
air.
Big budget.
Are phenomenal.
Big
it's
budget.
just so
It's-
well done. Now, do you have to suspend maybe a little disbelief? Yeah, of course, it's a TV show.
Yeah.
Sure.
But man, it's just
The-
filled with twists and turns.
It's
I
also
absolutely
shot
love
so well that they could have just edited it down to a movie. Like it's
Yeah.
it looks like a
Yep.
movie.
Yeah.
It does.
And-
it does.
Yeah, it's these type of productions from Apple TV Plus.
Apple
Mhm.
Plus. Yeah.
No, it's actually called Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, it's a separate.
Okay.
You have to go
they keep
in
changing the name.
and they change all the names.
Yeah,
That's what
so,
they do. Somehow to make money.
That if Disney were to be purchased by Apple, the company,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just more content.
I hope so. And I think once they get all the stuff resolved,
Yeah.
you can just tell that Apple is investing money
Yeah.
in their content.
And to
I'm watching
paint,
it
to
more
paint
and
in
more
a
and more.
broad brush, it's Apple offers less overall, but a higher
They're
quality.
like a new HBO.
They are.
I like that,
Yeah.
and I think that's a good business model. And I think if you want these streaming companies that are negotiating with
Mhm.
actors and writers and directors now and crying poor mouth,
Yeah.
well, yeah, Netflix, you can't throw 500 shows out there and put that kind of budget into all of them. I think that's a legitimate business plan.
Yeah.
And by the way, what do we have if we get a few small companies and only a few hits out of it? It's called the way television used to be, and
That's
it's
exactly
probably
right.
going to be better for the medium. Now,
but
I
they're
give
not
it a,
close to negotiating anything, right? Did I miss that?
No, they're not. There is nothing out there. I think they're both digging their heels in. I saw Bryan Cranston talking to a group of strikers yesterday. It ain't the UPS situation, and congratulations to the Teamsters for getting that done. So I
Brown
give it
always finds a way.
Yeah.
what's that? Brown always finds a way. Yeah, absolutely.
And
I give
as
it
of
an-
this morning, Tubi is still safe.
your favorite. I know it is. I
a
give
good
it an
punchline.
enthusiastic thumbs up
Yes.
for Hijack.
Yeah.
You do.
Get into it. Don't watch it at midnight. You'll stay up all night.
Oh, really?
It was,
Like that?
If you
yeah,
want
it's
to.
fan, but I'm
Yeah.
so glad I'm caught up. Now, what I'm also finished with, and I binged from start to finish on Monday night. I absolutely dove in, and I've got a variety of thoughts about. Well, at the time, because I'm late to the party, was a controversial show.
Yes.
And it's a show called Idol.
Oh,
on,
yeah.
Yes.
on Max.
Mhm.
Remember, I
And,
said, don't watch it with your significant other. You won't be able to enjoy it.
And then
Well,
later on, you just said, don't watch it.
Yes.
It is. I finally, like 3/4 of the way through,
hmm
I figured out why I like the show so much.
Why?
And it's not because of the incredible amount of sexual content that's on there. It's really there's the shot right there. I realized I'm looking at this person, Lily Rose Depp, and I'm saying, who does she look like? Who does she? And then it was like a little dinger went off in my head, and I said, that could be Carla's daughter. That could actually be Carla's baby sister or a daughter. The face shape and the entire look of Carla. It's kind of that exotic look that she's got.
but hold on a second.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe
Not
this.
Carla is not waif-like, though.
Okay, but
you know?
how are you? Because most men see this and they don't see their wives' offspring. They just see a pop star.
Mhm.
I saw a pop star at the beginning, and then I'm sitting there looking at it, and I was deep
I
in-
think
what?
this. I
What?
think this asks more questions than it answers.
Yeah, like
What do you mean? What?
I don't know what your kinks are, Mr. O'Mara.
And
What are
but
you
I can
talking
see.
about?
I can see a
All right, I'm
similarity.
saying baby sister. I said that could be your little sister.
you said daughter.
She said daughter.
Okay.
Carla said daughter.
Well, don't call me daughter. This I can see the facial
What is
similarities.
happening?
That was all right. Now stop, reverse, rewind, erase. And I'm not talking about editing the show. I'm talking about your thoughts right now because I want to make it really clear.
You laid a platter, a party platter out for us. That was kind of
her facial structure. Her facial structure reminded me, and that's why I said, well, because I will say that, and take the daughter thing that I said completely out of it, all right? Because in some weird way, I was trying to make it.
That was your id.
No, I was trying to make it sound like I'm not trying to make my wife into somebody younger that she's not.
This looks like Carla.
It does.
It does. And when she was
younger. It looks
younger,
like Carla at 22.
Yes, when you met her at the bus stop.
Right. No, a bar. It was a bar.
It was a bar.
Thank
I'm sorry.
you. At least as painful as it was just now to me, that I believe is getting us back on track.
Yes, accurate.
The show itself.
Is this a fake ID, young lady?
With the weekend, and I don't know what is the weekend's real name. I forgot what his name.
Bad actor.
No, it is bad actor.
It's Abel Tesfaye.
Thank you.
What is it called?
Abel Tesfaye.
Abel Tesfaye.
I think it's Tesfaye. Actually,
Tesfaye. But you could be right.
I heard a lot of talk about this. I heard a lot of criticism about this, and I just thought it was interesting. When you put one of my all-time favorite actors in a movie, and that actor is Hank Azaria.
He's great.
I usually hang it. Hank Azaria needs to be on 50 different shows. That's how great he is.
He raises the level of every show he's on.
He raises he's absolutely phenomenal. However, and this is a spoiler alert, so if you don't want a spoiler alert, you're going to get it, so turn off whatever you're listening to now. I have to tell you, at the end, oh my God. Bad.
Well, remember, they were supposed to have more episodes, and they condensed 3 episodes into 2 shorter episodes.
It in a way where they went out with an ew and not out with a thumbs up. It was horrible. Nasty.
Why did they condense it?
Because it was getting bad reviews, and they just wanted to
get it over.
They had to get it over with.
Oh, I didn't realize. I was like, this is
maybe that was. It was almost like they. Rob, would you get the impression they were throwing their finger up to the producers and the powers that be by making that bad ending?
May I?
By the way, can I tell you what the ending is? The ending means it's like the abuser, the pimp, the nasty guy. The guy that just molested her in front of people, he gets the prize at the end, and it's gross.
Unrewarding.
And even though they allude to the fact that she's in control now, it's still not right.
Okay, so let's rewind. I have to take a deeper dive because I did see the ending. I thought there was another season coming.
No, this is done.
It seemed ham-handed, but the entire show seemed
it did seem ham-handed.
Look, I think I was the first to say, don't watch this with your wife. You're not going to be able to enjoy this.
Right. And I went full disclosure, and then she said, I'm going in the bedroom. I said, good night. And I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she saw her.
Yeah.
She saw you watching her.
Yeah, because it opens up the very beginning of the show with nudity.
Yeah.
Right at the very beginning, and she's naked or partially clad in the entire series.
Yes. Yeah. And what did she say? Have fun, and then go into the bedroom.
No, she said, I'm not interested. And after 2 episodes, I swear to God, Oscar, I said, you might really like this. And
I say at 2 episodes, I was still into it.
Did you like the part where she was bound and then he cut a little hole into it?
No.
You know what? I think
I don't like that.
One of the structural problems.
That's not my kink.
Yeah, it's not mine either. It's just
one of the structural problems of the show. It's all about her falling under his web of seduction.
Correct.
And he's not appealing at all. And they could somehow imply that that there is something that allows him to seduce her.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I found him so unappealing.
He's not your type.
Well, I'm not talking in that way. I'm just talking
about obvious reasons, Oscar.
He's different. So
pretty glad I came in.
I found him appealing, and I found it reasonable in the world of Hollywood to say that this club promoter could somehow weasel his way into this woman's life.
But if they had made
that has no barriers, has lost a mom who's her guardian, who clearly was abusive, and then has so much, and she has one friend who everybody has interests, right, in her life. Everybody has, so they need to make her work until she can't work, and they want to dispose of her. What I thought was, I guess, off-putting was the level, and this is crazy to think about, and maybe I'm getting old, is the graphic nature of how far they had to go to push the envelope of this lady.
Oh yeah,
they could
have told the story without being as graphic too. Yeah, that's true.
Like when he made her sing in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
In front of everybody else, like this is so. I mean, I don't even know if this is appropriate.
Yeah.
And I'm not a prude. You know where where I come from, right?
I get it. I get it.
And then
it's squirmy. It's squirmy.
I hated,
you want to know who's pulling the strings here. You know who's the
and then
who's the puppet master.
I remember the press coming out of people coming off set saying that this is over the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Before it was released.
Yeah, and it was just
now is she gorgeous? Yes.
She's gorgeous.
I didn't put the connection because I didn't know Carla when she was 22, and I'm not married to her. You're a lucky man. She does look like a younger Carla. Absolutely.
Could
Carla sing like that when she was younger?
No. But she is.
I think
thin.
that's ground we've covered.
She's so thin that it's disconcerting a little bit.
Yeah.
To some people, I know it's not to us.
No, she's burning calories every day during rehearsal.
But it was
broken.
weird. But I'm not going to shut it down and say it wasn't interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It's interesting than most of the crap out there.
I was
it's
happy
better
when
than
it was
Hypnotic
over.
with Ben Affleck, which is as jive and dumb a movie I've ever seen.
I have a question, and I don't think we've talked about it. Have we talked about the sitcom Jury Duty?
We briefly touched on it. I've watched it.
And I've watched the entire thing.
Yes.
I watched it in like a day and a half, and I would like, Mike, I'd like for you to take a look at it. I think it's on Amazon.
It's an Emmy nominee.
Yeah, there's an Emmy nomination for it, and it seemed to skirt under the radar. Julia brought it to my attention.
I won't watch it unless Pauly Shore's in it.
Even better.
Funny.
It is. It's got a real Hollywood star as himself, James Marsden.
Okay.
But I don't even want to spoil the way it's set up for you. Just drop in on episode 1 and tell me what you think.
Okay, I like anything that's got a premise around that.
It is,
I think that's pretty cool.
And here's the thing: what could be a disaster turns out to be a pretty feel-good show.
Yeah,
unexpectedly, and I think you would like it. And I was kind of into it. Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
well, now that it's official, we are not allowed to talk about TV for another 2 weeks.
All
Thank
righty.
you very much.
Done and done.
We will take a break, and when we come back, more fun and more thrills, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show, and hey, we got clouds in South Florida today. It's only 92. Fantastic.
Jerk.
Yay. Service of the sun. We'll be right back with more. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this song that you play all the time?
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay. I love it. It's so hot. Tony Bennett left his heart in the refrigerator.
Oh, my God. That's dark.
Sorry, I have to do it.
How did that happen?
Tony, you don't sound so good a lot.
I'm never stop. What's happening?
I don't know nothing about that.
I left my heart inside my whirlpool. Come to rehearsal, Michael. Anyhow, Tony Bennett left his heart in the refrigerator. So it's time to focus on your face. And Dermglow has everything in one place. Dermglow has everything guys and gals need to battle Mr. Sunshine. They even offer Afterpay for your convenience with fast shipping and worldwide delivery. Enhance your loveliness with virtual skin consultations and find the perfect products for you. And if you can't decide, grab an e-gift card from Dermglow. Beautiful Dermglow with a storefront right here in Fort Myers, Florida.
If you're in town, you must stop by.
The ultimate facial boutique featuring facials and products by the pampering esthetician, otherwise known as the besthetician. Reach out today and tell them that American comedian Ruth Buzzy sent you. She loves the exfoliation treatments. Be proactive like Buzzy, and you'll never be fuzzy. Dermglow.
And
thank you,
Mike. Really sending positive energy to Ruth Buzzy, who's doing well after her small stroke.
Right. Well, we got Dan O'Brien in the day after his birthday. We got Mac coming in. Rob's in.
Right.
Oscar's in. Everybody's in at Podville. And Oscar wanted to talk about bosses wanting people back to work.
Yes.
Okay.
I was not
this.
aware of this phenomenon. I thought we were kind of dealing with, this is what I thought we were dealing with. I thought we were dealing with empty buildings, commercial real estate, sucking wind, people not being in the cities anymore, people doing that. And outside of Elon Musk, I wasn't aware that multiple bosses want this to
like
to
Google's
happen.
telling everybody to come back, Apple's telling everybody to come back.
Applebee's is.
It's an interesting phenomenon for me because as a startup and a small business owner, you're always looking to figure out how you can save in operating costs. And if you're lucky enough to run a team that's completely remote, and it was on site prior to the pandemic, you know that you could save hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're in a major city.
Yeah.
As far as overhead, right? This building alone and what we cover in the lease is pretty. I won't share with it on the air, but it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars annually, and I think that's a huge savings if you can save on that. Now
And that's by having people at home.
That's by having people at home.
So why do bosses want them to come back?
Because there's certain industries and certain, even I was talking to a friend of mine who's an attorney that they don't have the efficiency or they have missed the actual interaction with junior lawyers to like get them involved right away and not have to track them down at home, or are they online, or do you have to, like, those seconds add up into minutes and add up into hours.
Okay, that's one way of looking at it, and that's not an exclusive profession to having that problem. I can use ad agencies,
correct,
marketing firms,
yeah,
insurance companies, where you've got a room full of people where
correct.
things need to be taken care of.
Or opportunities for recent graduates that they're missing out on, where they don't feel like they have the upward momentum or trajectory within their organization because sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's someone's out sick and now you have to try their job, and then you have to excel, and then a senior member of your team sees, oh my God, they have this other gear. It's now time to mentor them or push them into another direction, right?
Can I make a comment on? I have been essentially where you guys came to my home, and now that I do it down here, I've been essentially working, being home based, and said it. Here's the main difference. You're looking at me every day. There's no phoning it in.
Correct.
When you have a microphone, you just don't. You just can't.
We're in connection.
But we've lost efficiencies.
I've observed people doing it with other jobs, and I can see where it's just. I don't want to say I speak for all businesses, but it appears to be, in my opinion, Captain Slack.
Well,
it's just the nature of the game.
There's actually two ways to look at this, and thank you for taking that, because I think a lot of people just can jump to that, and I used to jump to that. If you're saving an hour and a half of a commute that's 3 hours a day, and you're actually, using that time to work, and not just like, I used to commute so I don't have to start work till 10, like type of situation, then that's different, because you're actually adding more value to the team. And this is also to a person. I've sent people home that wanted to work at home.
Imagine this,
and it's diminishing. Like, it is debilitating to them, because they I see the work product, I see what's coming back.
I'm not sure what your point is. I'm saying, I think it diminishes the product when they go home.
Well, but I want to be fair to the audience here, that there are some people that excel from home.
I bet you're right. But don't you think that there are things where, and I have no idea what the statistics would show regarding productivity.
We're going to see more of it in the next couple of years.
I've heard both sides. That they can be. But my impression, witnessing it, is the idea, and there was a Navy SEAL admiral that said this about, when he was talking to the Naval Academy. I think he said, the one thing you do in the morning, you get up and you make your bed. It's the first task that you, and a task is, with the tasks of getting out of bed, the tasks of getting in the shower, putting on an outfit, getting yourself ready to be presentable. All of that, I think there is a psyche involved in it as well.
Correct.
Does everybody need it? No.
No.
Does it help a lot of people just Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely say, ready for the day.
And in my personal opinion, those that needed, I guess, management on site, and this is just, it's tough for them to work at home because you can't, they need that oversight. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just is what it is.
I also think,
those,
I'm sorry.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Those that don't need management and they're overperformers to begin with, they excel at home at a level that I've never seen. Like, it's tremendous.
All right. So you've seen both sides of the
I've seen both sides.
And I also think it's dependent on what your task is. If you are a numbers-driven accountant type where you are not reliant on anything but the numbers, you have every chance to excel at home because you have less distractions. You can get it done.
Yeah.
If you're in a creative environment, it drove me crazy when I was home because,
even with cameras.
Yeah, because, once we stopped the show, I was still alone at home. And there wasn't anyone to bounce ideas off of immediately. Or
I'm so
to just
relieved,
have
though, when I
conversation.
turn these cameras off every day.
Yeah, I understand.
I really am.
But you
That's
have
the
a
way it goes.
different life, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I just didn't. I've never understood Rob, and I will sometime. But right now,
Mike, that'll have to be the last episode when you finally understand.
We
me.
like
absolutely.
people.
Yeah,
I do like people.
And you ought to check out Hijack. You like it.
I will.
You
I'll do it
absolutely.
tonight.
We'll be right back with the flip side of the Michael Mara Show. Oh, look at this. Once again, another
there it
day,
is.
another empty vessel. My, what do you call these cups that I have? What are they called?
Shakey's Pizza.
No,
Shakey's
Pizza Hut.
Oh,
Pizza
sorry.
Hut cups.
Yeah.
Another little 2 inches of my Liquid IV. And did you know it's the #1 powered hydration brand in America? It is, people. There's a reason for it. I really think in the last month, I have test-driven Liquid IV more than anybody else because it makes me feel so different than water alone. And now it's available in sugar-free. Years in the making, Hydration Multiplier Sugar-Free uses a proprietary zero-sugar hydration solution with no artificial sweeteners. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Liquid IV hydrates twice as fast than water alone. And when you're fighting against the 104-degree heat index on a golf course, I got to tell you, you appreciate that. Keep your daily routine exciting with 3 new flavors, white peach, green grape, and lemon lime. Not only will you feel awesome, but you'll also be making a positive impact on the world. Liquid IV has donated over 39 million servings to 50 countries. Be like me, drink Liquid IV. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com.
Hello.
My daughter.
Upside down.
The flip side.
Mike, what have I always told you?
Oh, you've told me brush your teeth.
That's right. But also, if you can't get fresh Mitch McConnell, get the frozen. And here he is.
Look, I want to preface this by
Yes.
saying I don't care who you are, what political party you're in. Having the knowledge we have in the world now about all medical issues, when you're looking at a guy that truly appears to be stroking out in front of the nationwide cameras,
So
it is
horrifying.
a scary little deal.
Horrifying.
It really is.
Yeah, I watched it a lot of times, and it kept getting scarier.
So did you get the impression, before you play the
Yeah.
audio, did you get the impression that I have, in years past, I've suffered from migraines that make me aphasic, which means the connection between your brain and your mouth is a little hinky, and you start saying, may I mambo dog face to the banana patch when you're trying to make the words. This is the most terrifying. I've had it since my 20s, and it's one of the most terrifying things in the world, and I think there is a proclivity to have problems later in life, but I hope to God
the
that's
impression
not the case.
I got, because he didn't talk, he just seized, and you'll hear it in a second.
Right. He talks leading up to it, and he sounds impaired
A
as
little
he's
bit,
leading up to it.
but I think that what happened is, and he said he felt lightheaded.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be heat? Could it be dehydration? That can affect you that way too, especially if you're an older person.
Maybe the Viagra kicked in.
Yeah, in that case, do not walk him back to the office, please.
That's the
Anybody
short.
look at his trousers?
Oh, wow, Mitch.
Oh, Mitch.
Oh, now we know where the blood went.
Okay, here is Mitch McConnell at the press conference. And to be fair, I shortened the space between when he stops talking and when people come to his aid just to make it a little more listenable. but you'll get to hear the whole thing.
It's been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
just blank-faced.
Wait a minute. Are you good?
Start it from the beginning again. I want to hear it again
Okay.
one more time.
There we go.
It's been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
So there's no real. I was trying to listen because I couldn't hear it on the TV. Bipartisan cooperation
so
and
long.
a string of, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
And they were like deer because nobody saw it coming. And
No,
they were
no,
like deer in the headlights. Is there?
Do we have the whisper that says we should take you out back?
Well, yeah, they come to his assistance.
Are you good?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Okay.
I wonder what it is behind the scenes with him because they
Maybe
start
his
talking.
Intel chip.
They talk.
He's an upgrade.
Da 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 da. I think that they.
It's time for an NVIDIA chip, sir.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Guys, is it fair to say that we've done the show long enough, and an aphasia doesn't get us, but there are times where you just lose the words.
Yeah, there are.
Oh,
But
100%.
Right?
But also, he just stopped. Seriously, like it was in a
did
hard
look
reset.
like his hard drive rebooted. I said, this man is in full reboot right now. It's coming back up.
And also, what troubles me is when his staffer says, "Is there anything else you wanted to say?"
Yeah, he got the spinning rainbow if you've got a Mac.
Yes.
And you need to reboot.
But the way they
I'd
talked
like
to him was like a kid. And is
I
that
would
what
like
it's like behind the scenes with him?
I would like a follow-up. I would like a follow-up because I'd like to know what's really
Yeah.
going on. The man obviously had a moment.
Yeah.
But I think I can relate simply because I've had the experience of getting, there are two things, aphasia and a scotoma. Scotoma is when you get that blind spot when you're going to get a migraine. And I've had them in the middle of shows. And it's just horrifying. It's really, and I've powered through them, which people say, the people that go to bed when they get a migraine, then have to go into a dark room and lie in that. I would go right through it. And I would actually be squinting my eyes more so the light wouldn't be coming in. But I remember Bob Costas when we were up in New York, and we had Bob Costas on the show. And I got one right before he was coming on.
Oof.
And I wanted to do the interview, and it was just the worst because the words were not coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
It always slows you down. So I can relate,
But I'm sure he could relate, too. He covered the Olympics with pink eye.
Let's do. Oh, Bob Costas.
They should have given him a pirate patch. Like that should have been.
That was really hard to watch.
So gross.
I got a bad eye, too. I'll show you that tomorrow. I got a bad eye.
What is with you?
I'm out in the sun all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes your skin thin and your eyes fall out.
But other than that, it's great. You've never been low on vitamin D.
Well, the bipartisan.
The weird part was when
Guys,
the antennas came out of his head.
What would happen? Look, we know what's happening on Biden's side. If he had one of these, it'd be
the end of
it'd
it,
be
right?
over.
Yeah.
It'd be
It wouldn't
over.
be
Yes.
gone like
No.
this one is,
No,
you know?
No.
But I have to say that the bipartisan.
What would be great if there's some sort of meme that shows Biden's dog, this German Shepherd, jump out of the plane.
Biting him?
No! He turns into like a rescue dog.
Oh. Yeah, you think Biden's in his office saying, "This is our chance. This is our chance to save," what's his name? The rescuer? Major.
Yes.
To save Major's reputation.
Major.
Mike.
It's Commander.
Commander,
Major.
sorry.
I will save the montage because we've all heard the song. Save home to Sinead O'Connor, who died at 50.
Sinead.
Sinead
Not
O'Connor.
Sinead.
And
Not
died at 50.
Sinead. Come on. You work with an Irishman, for God's sake.
Hey.
It's Sinead O'Connor.
Relax.
You turned it into a nose product.
Relax.
Sinead.
I didn't say
Did
Sinead.
she, by the way, have every story yesterday? Didn't find out what the malady is with
No.
Mitch. We didn't get clarity on that. We didn't get clarity on the death of Sinead
Sinead
O'Connor.
was a broken heart. Her
Yeah.
son
And
just
so-
passed a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Suicide,
I know
like,
that,
it's tough.
but there was no detail as to whether she, and I hope she did.
Let me also add this.
Okay.
Because the nightly news, I know I'm in my 40s and I've been watching nightly news since I was in 20s.
Lester, stop doing the show when you have a head cold, okay?
Oh, dear.
I was feeling when you went to Alaska and you were on the plane with all those airmen, you really had a terrible
Yeah,
cold,
you're on the
and you
front
probably
lines.
gave it to all of them.
So
he's a DJ, Mike.
Yep,
when Sinead O'Connor had the controversy on Saturday Night Live when she tore
the picture
of
John
the Pope,
Paul,
Mm-hmm.
right?
She was protesting something a decade ahead of our time.
Yeah.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and she's spot on as far as I was concerned.
And if you ever
Because-
want to hear a really entertaining take on that incident, read David Spade's book. Because he stole one of the pieces of the picture and got confronted by NBC security. He had to return it. Because he walked up on the stage and took a piece of the torn picture.
Major historical TV moment.
And then on Sunday, he said, I'm watching TV, and they show the picture, and there's a piece missing. All right, 2 more things here. It is National Chili Dog Day.
Ooh.
Okay.
And you can't think of a chili dog without thinking, of course, of John Cougar Mellencamp.
Sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog.
That's not John Cougar.
Dog, sucking on a chili
You're making me get my
dog.
ordinance out.
Oh, no. Sucking on a chili
funny.
dog, sucking on a dog.
Oh, no, he's down. He's down.
do
This
it
is the
very
comedy you
Bond-like,
could play for your son. Like if you had this in the car and be like, "Hey, it's National Chili Dog," and then that
It's
just came
Chili
on.
Dog Day.
Chili dog, he's down.
Sorry about
Mike,
that.
you shot his tail off.
Sorry about that. Did you ever hear that?
Yes.
Did you ever hear the story about that?
Yes.
I don't know whether that's a myth.
No,
or
it was a spinal issue. He never had a tail, but he did have a
thank
spinal
you.
issue. And
Okay.
let's close with this. How many times have you heard it that the hardest job in the world is being a mom?
Yes, I have heard that.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Burr has his opinion on that, about whether or not it's the hardest job in the world to be a mom.
Being a mother is the most difficult job on the planet. How many moms died on ice road truckers last season?
Oh my God.
You know, maybe it is the most difficult job. I mean, I thought roofing in the middle of July is a redhead. You know? But evidently, these mothers, they're bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. You ever burp a baby and forget to put that towel up there? Oh, there's another shirt you gotta wash, right? People, any job you can do in your pajamas is not difficult.
That's all I have for you today.
How dare you?
Oh my God! Oh boy, we couldn't do the fat joke on the show. But anyway, I don't know why it amused me. Got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with a bonus show. Make sure you buy yourself a fruitcake, and if you want to hear our uncensored fun tomorrow, subscribe to the TMOS bonus show at MikeO'MaraShow.com, where you can also get your fruitcake futures, so you will have a delicious confection for the Christmas season and Thanksgiving season that you will truly, truly love.
The holidays, Mike.
The holidays. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new one. Happy belated birthday to Dan O'Brien. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Rob Spiewak. Thank you, Oscar Santana. And Mike O'Mara saying bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Get out! You're not doing that! Face off! Can I put the camera in the lady toilet?
With a sexy body and just a knockout 10 figure.
That's what that is, man. I'm telling you.